More fire coming down. This one, I feel so bad. Oh, wait. I don't feel bad anymore. I don't feel bad. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot. I'm covering a 4v4 Lienne Forest match with a full Wehrmacht team. Yes, we have someone that might be replicating something, we shall see. Wapa, Wancho, Zorich, and Abba Coxie versus Sherman Tank, Very Beg, Aresu, Johnny, and Mahu. So I guess it's the discount version of Yahoo. Anyway, we got ourselves Mechanized Assault Doctrine, Joint Operations, nothing else yet. But before we get into this game, I do want to say if you want to submit a replay to greyshotproductions, submit to my Gmail down below or my Discord. Either one is appreciated and acceptable, and I try to cover replays. Today, I'm not going to be able to cover as much, but if I can cover more later on, I will. If I can't, then I'm planning on possibly doing a Super Sunday of replays next week. But let's get to this game. Lienne Forest. You have the forest, you have the city, you have mid. And right now, looks like the Axis have taken control of mid with Assault Grenadiers. The city's under allied control with Sherman Tank, moving in Riflemen and Echelon to kind of stop the Austere the best he can. Now, again, we also have a mortar team coming on up to counteract the MG. That's probably the biggest issue the Allies face right now. Soviet forces are bringing up an MG, conscripts, which are in the building, firing at the Assault Grenadiers, trying their best to hold the line and do what they can. Now, conscripts are slowly wearing them down. Engineers in the building as well, providing a little bit of fire support, but, pioneers, but again, they're close-range units. They can't really do much long range. MG, though, yeah, that could help. But the Assault Grenadiers are already being worn down by a lot of corresponding Allied infantry, and looks like the Axis assault is hurting the Allies, but it isn't stopping them in the slightest. Though, it looks like a mortar team is nearby, although it should probably be focusing on this. Assault Grenadier gets torn down, and a nice kill to start off within 3 minutes for the Allies. Sherman Tank winning that battle. However, British forces by Mahau, who, by the way, went Mobile Assault Regiment, so Mattress inbound, and or Johnny going Mechanized Support Tactics, so ISU 152 possibly. It seems to be in a bit of a stalemate with Abba. I'll just say Abba for right now. So Abba is doing the best he can with what he has. Again, he has a bunker, he has Grenadier, an MG, and a mortar. But he also is getting a command post to reinforce. This is great, as we can see here the British don't have an MG, so he doesn't really have to worry about being suppressed and then stopping that unit from combat. He might have to worry about the mortar coming in and doing damage, but he can reinforce pretty well. The MG also being stopped by the smoke, thanks to Mobile Assault's nice little cheap mortar you get right here. So excellent job there, cutting off the enemy and making them unable to see. Good morning, Jummers, and everyone else in chat. Allied forces being pushed back quite a bit because Axis have now control of the city. They have locked down key territory, made sure the enemy can't jump over the fence, and blocking all entrances into the city while taking over key territory. Grenadier is low, but it's still doing what it needs to take over the key territory and doing what it can. But anyway, we got ourselves a lot of cool stuff as well. We have the Assault Grenadiers, actually another squad pushing on in, trying to revenge their fallen comrades. But again, the problem is, well, the Allies do have like mortar support, so I don't think it will stay there for too long. But it is staying there right now, and it is causing all sorts of havoc for the Allies. It's just like, god damn it, we have to deal with this squad that's just jumping between heavy cover position stuff. Luckily, the Lieutenant is very good close range and does successfully counter. If you want to know why, it's because they have a Thompson in their ranks, so it's very good at counteracting other close range units, especially in cover. So Sherman Tank going, that means that we have a good possibility of getting maybe a Stuart or a 50 cal, which I could see. Try to just hold back enemy charges and advances. Mortar gets pushed back. We have a second mortar by Wapa. Very interesting. Again, double mortar can be very good at holding back enemy pushes, especially because of weakened MGs, infantry. But now both of them are gone. Double grenade is thrown. Actually kills the unit. Great job right there. But the MG will stop him in his tracks. Pioneers moving in to make sure it's down. There is a lot of infantry coming on up. They do not have Molotovs. But again, we saw the Sherman Tank does have grenades, so we could maybe do something like that. On the far right, we have ourselves a push. Universal Carrier trying to advance. Grenadiers trying to get close for a Faust. MG on fire, reinforcing through the fire. It's like, alright, comrade, jump into the fire, and then get on that MG. But I'll die. You may die, but another man will get on right behind you. Anyway, we also got ourselves the MG, again, slowly reinforcing Universal Carrier. Barely cling, I mean, like, how do I say this? Would barely cling on if hit by a Faust, but again, right now the Grenadiers in the back, and armor-piercing rounds could also tear him asunder. Aphyria, good morning, hopefully all is well. Pioneer squad trying to burn the rear echelons and the riflemen alike, but another engineer squad with flamethrowers actually trying to push him back. Oh my god, mechanized assault half-track coming on in, trying to advance. Again, has to worry about AT grenades from the riflemen or conscript grenades, but I do think this is pretty funny. It's just like trying to cruise around and immediately realizes that's probably a very bad idea. But hey, what do I know? Conscript does successfully throw an AT grenade and kills the unit. Very good job there. Panzer Grenadiers trying to do what it can. Probably will push back the engineer squad, but riflemen will force it back. City looks like more and more that the Allies should be able to take it, as the Axis have most of their forces back behind the city, or at least the outskirts of it, which I consider to be this creek. The majority of it here. There is this annoying barbed wire, but they could easily bring up a light vehicle or pioneers with barbed wire cutters to remove that obstacle. And now, as well, the Allies do have some cover here they could use to hopefully hold back the Axis. Grenade is thrown on the retreat path. Does get a successful 2-model hit. And it looks like now we have artillery officer. Oh, good mortar hit by the Axis, although good grenade as well by the Allies. Again, both sides getting some great shots on each other, but it looks like the Allies are the ones who will be holding the territory and possibly killing the unit if they're lucky. Looks like they will not be lucky in this case, but the mortars are annoying. Meanwhile, we have some Axis forces retaking mid. They do have a good lead. They have about 150 some points against the Allies. So again, a very good lead. But a flank right now against Johnny is throwing him through a loop. AT grenade hits the 222, but there's enough Grenadiers, there's enough infantry, especially in this MG right now, that it's dead. We have another mortar dead. Grenadiers on the retreat, but they should be able to be fine. Oh, Universal Carrier trying to burn him alive. MG opening fire on the Universal Carrier to keep him contained. Grenadiers trying to hit the units as well. Infantry section trying to come on up, but oh! They killed the rail engineer. Great shot with that Grenadier. 8 kills. Zeltrich has done a great job at really cutting the Allies to shreds with his forces. This 222 needs to pull back a little bit, but I like the half-track trying to provide that support and coverage. Also, infantry is moving on in. I think they grabbed. They did. They grabbed the British mortar, which again, you might say, well, Greyshot, that's not the biggest issue. But again, I think it's a decent counterattack, and I think it's a good grab, because then the British don't have that, and it costs them more resources to get it. And for the Axis, did you have a mortar before? Oh, yeah, you did have a mortar. Now you have 2 mortars, and you could absolutely cause havoc for British forces trying to advance, especially when they are weaker. They don't have the 5-man upgrade, they don't have the Bren guns, and they're at a disadvantage in terms of trying to advance. Grenadiers trying to take the territory. Again, he could do that because there's infantry in the half-track, and the half-track can grab territory with infantry inside. It looks like the Pioneers are still in the city. Allies unable to push up. Doctrine-wise, we've any new ones? No, not yet on either front. Panzer Grenadiers once again moved up, and once again, he gets yeeted out of existence. And a good jump by the man inside, so great performance right there. Minefield in mid will prevent Sherman Tank from capturing the territory. Smoke comes down to stop the MG from hitting the troops, but again, he's just going to reposition and hopefully return fire on Sherman Tank, which, who sees the Panzer Grenadiers, decides to retreat. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, 222 opening fire, Universal Carrier on the back foot. Yeah. Assault officer moving over. Panzer Grenadier as well, trying to intercept. There's a lot of infantry right here, but mortars are really helping out against Mahu right now. 222, while injured, is still blasting a lot of the Allied forces. Great! I love how he's using the small piece of cover here, but again, it's not even giving it to him. That sucks for him. And great shot by the MG, or I believe it was the MG, killing that unit. Grenadiers flanking him, trying to kill it. He could use Rifle Grenade, but Zeldrich's infantry is actually being hit by the AT. And again, I think he's very close to death, so his best option is to fully retreat. Half-Track, though, is actually going to heal him, so he might be able to hold out, but with this troop kind of suppressed, I kind of doubt a little bit. Oh, did he just oh my god, Johnny just walks up, is like, this is mine now, carry on. Throws grenade point blank, or rifle grenade, I believe. Oh yeah, it does rifle grenade, very close, but is not enough. Unif's carry and the British are like, okay, we can't push there, we're gonna push here. So, you know, hey, you get what you get, and right now they're trying to get some territory. Unif's carrier as well, 8 kills, and Vet 3, can't complain too much on that. And it looks like Zeldrich is pulling on back. Allied forces are counterattacking in city. Great shot. I believe it knocked out the mortar. But Grenadier is picking it back up. Mortar pulling on back. Let's see. MG being possibly flanked? No, Captain actually withdraws his forces. Well, Richelon does a Minesweeper, so you don't have to worry about that key position. Excellent to see. Oh, I'm sorry, Aphyria. I'm so sorry that you don't feel that great. Hopefully you do feel better soon. You know who's not feeling better? That MG. The MG gets absolutely destroyed, and the captain stole it, which, by the way, that's a captain and a lieutenant, which brought him in a T-gun. Okay. And he still got a major. I mean, that's a lot of, fuel to be putting in for, opening up all the tiers, but again, if your ally can maybe cover it with some type of armor, or you get lots of AT, I guess that could be fine. It's not like the Axis are mass deploying infantry and armor. Right now, Poncho has lost so many of those half-tracks that, I think each one is like 20 fuel? Wait a second, no. Yeah, it's 20 fuel for every mechanized assault group, because it has Panzer Grenadiers inside. Okay, buddy, I have a question for you. Why do you only have 4 units? Why do you only have 4 units? This guy, he's been under, intense pressure. I kind of get it, but still. Panzer IV, though, moves on in against Maho and Johnny. AT gun is refitted. Does kill the 222 with a point-blank shot, but I think the Panzer IV might kill it. It does, and hopefully kill the AT gun. But looks like with the Panzer IV, that's the first medium tank we've seen so far, and a successful one at that as it drove the Allies back. We do have a Cromwell coming on in by Mahau. He does not have any upgrades for it, for his infantry. He's moving in on it. Again, that might be a bad idea. Actually, I don't really think it's a bad idea. I don't see any AT. So this Panzer IV is really just going to be going toe-to-toe. Cromwell might be able to win if he can get some penetration on there, but it looks like neither side's actually hitting each other. But I don't know. Again, MG 42 is now on the front. Can we get a bundle? Good successful bundle, 4 kills. Panzer Grenadier dodges the shot, but does get suppressed a little bit. Panzer IV is fully healed, gets a good pen on the Cromwell. Cromwell once again misses. He does get the upgrade though for the commander on top, who does, oh my god, just one shot the Panzer Grenadier in a beautiful shot. Amazing. Just just killing the unit. Echelon trying to open up this area. Tank traps would be really proficient to kind of cover this territory, make sure they can't come in. But of course, we're not seeing that. They don't have the ability. He is trying to remove the barbed wire. Unfortunately, unable to get through the second layer. These are the most boring Wehrmacht players. I don't know. I think they're doing decently well. They have caches down, so that's really good at helping them get that armor. Though it is weird that they are so light armor focused. But still, I give full credit where credit is due. They're doing a fairly good job. Okay. I say that and he immediately runs in a half-track, so I'd like to withdraw my statement. Can we go in the record that I said that these guys were good? Can I withdraw that? Chat, is that possible? Light artillery barrage coming in on mid to hopefully allow Axis force to take territory. Probably not going to happen, but we might see a free Shrek go to the Allied side. Stug being handed over. This is the E version, so it has an assault gun variant on that. I hear something. Oh, Brumbar. Okay, that's some good firepower for the Axis in terms of breaking up Allied positions, slowly taking over the city. again, not much infantry Wapa or Poncho really has. And Poncho keeps losing more and more of his forces. Bunker was trying to put down in mid, but that's probably going to die here very soon, thanks to the allied combined assault. Though I will say, we can see here that it looks like some of Johnny's forces are assisting in mid, which is a 3-on-2. Because most of this other gentleman, aka Zeltrich, who, by the way, has 1,000 manpower. So if I had to assume what he's probably going to do... Actually, I'm not entirely sure, because you would assume that if he has that much manpower, he would be saving up for an armored unit of some type. He is getting a Panzer IV, which is also weird, because he could have got that a lot sooner. Rifle grenade is firing, probably will kill the mortar. No! The second one missed. Also, Panzer IV just killed his allies, so okay. Great shot there, buddy. Cromwell coming on in, trying to go back for retribution. Grenadiers are very close to the edge. He could go for a runover attempt, but Panzer IV does bounce off the Cromwell. We gonna get an attempt? No, he's just gonna keep firing from afar, and it does push the enemy back. Panzer Grenadier squad coming around the corner. I think he won't get us. Oh, never mind. Apologies. Forgot it's Vet 1. Could have got some good shots on there, but luckily the Royal Engineer comes in to save him. Stoogie firing, again, not exactly what you want. Again, it's an assault gun versus armor, not exactly 1-for-1. I mean, I have a video where you have like bulldozers and Brumbars and CoH2 battling each other. That's pretty cool in terms of showing damage output, but against other armor, an assault gun is not exactly as proficient as other tank destroyers. Speaking of tank destroyers, or other tanks in general, we got Jackson on the field. Combine that with Sherman tanks, double MG, double mortar, lots of frontline infantry, like a force. I could easily see him dominating the city here very, very soon. Panzer Grenadiers are hiding. Warpaw has 3 units left. I do not understand how this guy is somehow managing to hold this territory. Luckily, Sherman tank will slowly realize, I think he has, well, crap, and will push on in. But yeah, he doesn't have the resources to really get more men. That guy got obliterated. AT gun and Su-85 are probably the cause of that, maybe even the Cromwell. Stoogs trying to hold, and again, they're the E versions. They do successfully knock out the AT gun. I'll give credit there. But there's a lot of tank destroyers and stuff, and he doesn't exactly have a huge army, so he's going to pull back. Forest area, it's more and more of an issue. You can see here the MG gets pushed back. Abba's doing what he can to take the territory, and hopefully he can lock it down with some mines and other defenses. Good Katusha knocks out the mortar, and the other mortar is retreating, so excellent job there. Panzer IV gets pushed and hit by the guards. Cromwell going in for another shot. Bounces. Unfortunately, Cromwell having a bad day with the bounces this game. Stu coming on in. He does have the MG42. And again, ladies and gentlemen, we have another half-track, because we've seen so far this game that these half-tracks have really turned the tide for the Axis. No, they haven't. They've actually sucked a lot. But, you know, he keeps deploying it. It's good for the Allies because, again, it's a cheap unit that they can kill very easily. Or not cheap unit. Expensive unit. It's an expensive unit that the Axis will lose very quickly. Because it's 490 manpower. That's quite a lot, all things considered. So, wait a second. What happened? Warpaw lost his Brumbar. I completely missed that. Oh my god. I just brought up the Brumbar. Oh, there it is. It died into a building. That's funny. Su-85 successfully pushing back the Stug once again. Although a small counterattack in the forest does drive some allied forces away. Though we can see here that the British have repositioned themselves. They're not really battling in force anymore. They're like, just hold the VP. That's all we need. Just try to hold there. Naturally, I don't think that's necessarily the best idea, as typically a lot of resources can then go to the Axis. But that being said, on the left, Allies doing a pretty good job of pushing against the Axis, so it's kind of actually matching each other quite a bit, quite well. Even though the Axis have a little more fuel, Allies have a little bit more munitions, so definitely helps out in that capacity. But they're still holding the flank pretty well. Axis having a rough time with their panzers of breaking through the Allied defenses. Allied counterattack with commandos. Great counterattack because again they can camouflage and then hide and then pop out. Panzer IV though, can just try to run them over. They don't have AT capabilities unless you give them Piats, which I don't recommend for commandos. But again, do drive the commandos away with some excellent shots. Panzer IV having a rough time now. Cromwell finally not taking out the Panzer IV. That would be thanks to a Piat launcher. But again, they do kill a Panzer IV, so that's opening up the flank. I guess Poncho slowly rebuilding his army. Wapa is just now, ladies and gentlemen, can we say it? LEFH spamming. We have double LEFHs opening fire and another... Wait, hold on. Yeah, we have a Panzer Grenadier squad just chilling in the building. He's trying to take some territory, but Sherman Tank could absolutely start advancing and really putting pressure on this man because he has nothing. He has nothing on this front. Recon would be great, and he has Major, and I think Sherman Tank really should take the opportunity to recon the front and see what the enemy has. Though I will say, I do like how he is helping on mid. Panzer Grenadier squad is not retreating. He's trying to walk away like a Chad, and he might end up getting killed from it because he's too stubborn to retreat. Oh, boy. It's like, man tries to play cool, gets shot anyway. It's like... Yeah. It's just one of those things where you hate to see it. You just hate to see units just thrown away. As someone who routinely does that. LEFHs, though, looks like to be causing some issues. Very Beg seems to be under a lot of artillery pressure. His mortar, his half-track, a lot of his infantry are just constantly under artillery barrage, which is unfortunate for him. It truly is. Because, again, that added pressure is just a lot of stuff you have to deal with when you're trying to bring up forces. And in literally just walking. Walking could end up getting your units killed. AT gun is decrewed. Again, Sherman Tank is trying to help out in mid, so I give credit where they're trying to hold the double VP to really regain momentum. But again, it's one of those situations where you could very easily take this territory and there's nothing stopping you. Though at least he is helping out his teammate. We have a priest coming in to really start returning fire and hopefully kill that artillery. Alright. Half-track is fully repaired. Jackson probably will go undergoing some repairs. Armor's on standby. Panzer IV, 24 kills. I'll give some good credit to this Panzer IV for doing I mean, he did kill his teammate, but he is doing a decent job of trying to hold back the enemy. Unfortunately, though, a Comet has reared its ugly head. And he doesn't have a ton of AT. He got Stug with 11 kills, which is actually hurting the conscripts quite a bit. So I'll give credit there. But, like, okay, here's the Tiger. Here's the big tank. We have our big heavy, ladies and gentlemen. Doctrine-wise, yeah, I think we actually got more guys, right? Wait, no, was it? Spearhead Doctrine has been picked. So this guy also has this Tiger tank. And Zeltrich has gone with Defensive Doctrine. So he can try to maybe lay down defenses in Forest, maybe? I'm not sure. Werfer pushes back to the British. Tiger tank is also opening fire, gets a great shot on the Royal Engineers running away. Doctrine-wise for the Allies, we can see here that Very Beg has gone shock rifle, and he has a decent amount of population. Tiger trying to hold the line and is holding back the Comet and also the Cromwell. At the very least going toe-to-toe with the two, which is interesting to see. Great pen by the Cromwell. Cromwell can pen Tigers, but it can't pen Panzer IVs. Perfect sense. Air support coming on in. I guess just trying to maybe push back the Axis advance. A lot of armor right here grouped up. Could be a good artillery target. And again, Sherman Tank's artillery from the Priest and everything is trying to hold back and destroy, I'm assuming, the LEFHs. But no, there's no artillery near them. Double Werfer as well, so this guy's a bastard with Werfers. Oh, more Werfers. Great. And actually, it's funny. The S-25 is sniping. If only you could snipe the Werfer right here. Werfer is firing. IS-2 on the field. Priest, plane crash hit it. Werfer misses the main infantry target. Katusha on standby. Artillery, again, hitting the armor on the side, but again, not too much damage. Tiger tank is advancing, which is a very bad idea because there's 3 tanks right there, and that firepower will smash this Tiger very quickly. Air support coming on in. It's a fragmentation barrage. Does kill the MG, so I will give credit. Johnny's MG did perish, although good AA at the very least could help stop any recon in the future or anything like that. Brumbar barely alive. I take that back. Once again, I am wrong with my assessment. Greyshot is wrong. Make sure we put that or clip that. But no, unit goes down, and unfortunately that's a big loss for Zeltrich, who does not have much of an army. His grenadiers are alive, but everything else has died miserably. Also, a small little update where, okay, we do have reinforced bunkers, so if this Tiger can move over just ever so slightly, he would have a lot of vehicle crews going over and healing him, or sorry, repair crews going over to heal him. We think Greyshot is wrong on the throw killer. IS-2 moving on in. Brumbar, well, I mean, while it might be dead, the Stoogs are still alive, so the Assault artillery is still, you know, being thrown. But again, that's not much against an IS-2. Light artillery barrage, is that being called in? Oh no, sector artillery, so that will hold back allies pretty effectively, and a Werfer to boot, although completely, or not completely, but doesn't do all that much damage, all things considered. Axis retaking left, artillery 10 kills, this one is 6. Werfer is constantly firing, one with 16 kills. This one have a few more after hitting the MG and the conscripts, although more suppressing conscripts than doing damage. Free Shrek if the allies want it. But the artillery is just trying to hit this entire front, trying to keep the allies back for the Axis to take the territory, provide that coverage, and then just win the game. Because that's all they need to do is just cover this point. Axis can just slowly wear down the allies and win. Population-wise, let's double check. Allies are roughly in the upper 70s, not too shabby. Axis, though, you have a Baxi with 91, then you have this guy with 30. So, honestly, they're in the mid-60s, which, again, not too bad. I mean, that's not a huge difference. Again, just a couple key battles could really turn the tide. This guy going a Stug is interesting, unless he's just trying to mass Stug, which could be very good if he can keep it alive. American infantry coming along the side, trying to flank, but there's a lot of infantry and a Tiger right there. That'll probably kick his ass if he tries to stay there for too long. Alright, but again, not too much action, all things considered. In terms of, like, trying to push or any, like, big major events. It's just a lot of action near the front, near this point. But the two flanks are relatively calm. Up, major hits a minefield. Good, again, good having mines. Early detection against enemy attacks. Again, even if it's armor, at least you know ahead of time and can prepare for it. Cromwell pushing along the flank. Trying to help out his teammate. Unfortunately, Werfer is going to stop that attack, and all the American infantry will retreat very quickly. But again, looks like Panzerschreck's also hit the Cromwell, forcing it back. But yeah, it's pretty much a major stalemate. Again, one thing this Panzer IV could do is move on in, try to kill the cache, or take this position over here to get more resources, because right now the Axis have more fuel, but the Axis are losing in munitions. Now, that's also due to the fact that there's also munition caches across the Allied front, where the Axis are more focused on fuel. But still, any cache he kills 250 manpower, and that's equivalent to a unit dying. So that can be very, very good. Any squad can be a minesweeper once. That's fair. That's fair. But at least if the squad is a minesweeper, chat, that would make a detection for the Axis that there is something coming. Speaking of which, Panzer Grenadier taking over the territory, fighting position. No mines in the area. I'm actually surprised by that. Because again, Sherman Tank does have the access to mines, and the American mine is actually pretty good, or this variation of it. Fight position can't see it, I'm assuming because of the building. Grenadiers trying to push on in, but the MG slowly suppressing. Though, one does flank. Werfer fires, killing the MG? No, it's barely alive with one model remaining. IS-2, though, returning fire. Those smoke covers a retreat. Tiger moving on in against the IS-2. So we fight again, my old arch rival. Tiger bounces, IS-2 bounces but stuns. S-25 coming in to assist. A T-gun is decrewed. I think that might be due to artillery. It is. Artillery kills the unit. So good job with the LEFHs focusing on the artillery, helping to support the armor. Great RD shot. S-25 barely alive. Tiger, honestly, I respect the Tiger in that offensive more, especially going up against more AT. I don't respect this Stug that this Jackson will freaking kill if it stays there. It's like, yes, I will charge the enemy line. Proceeds to get shot in the face. Anyway, ISU-152 is on the field, so I feel like Johnny's secretly grinning. He's like, yes, Good. You believe yourself to be on top, that you could win, but you are wrong. For I have brought the destroyer of worlds upon you. Yeah, no, the ISU-152 is very good if used correctly. Now the question is, will he use it correctly? We already see here a fire ability was launched, but the LAFH completely dodged it, aka it whiffed. Still, Vet 3 smashing the allies pretty hardly. IS-2 hit once again, forcing it back. It's a great job there. The other one was killed. I'm assuming it was killed by a direct strike option by time on target. We can see here it's very close proximity. So either that or the priest that Sherman Tank had used the creeping barrage, but we can see it isn't Vet 1, so we know that isn't the case. So, conclusion, Occam Razor, aka Simplest, is the correct solution, and that would be that a time on target was launched and killed the unit. Now then, let's see what we got. Alright, Katusha is... We only have one Katusha, I think, right? That's one Katusha and one Priest compared to all the other artillery the Axe has been throwing. I will say, the Axes have not been able to really grab that territory, so they're going to have to change their strategy. Pack 43 could be interesting. More fire coming down. This one... I feel so bad. Oh, wait. I don't feel bad anymore. I don't feel bad. Fire completely missed it again. But, you know what didn't miss? This Cromwell just coming in and killing both Werfers. He absolutely just killed both Werfers and now just like deja vu, singing this for copyright. But no, again, very good job at sneaking past enemy forces. Stu coming in does finish off the unit though. Was a great escape though. Almost made it through and maybe try to hit another Werfer. Pack 43 is operational. This could be very important for trying to hold back enemy armor like the IS-2 or S-285 and kind of hoping to hold this position. It is on the weaker flank. I would have preferred it on the right, maybe like right here to hold back a lot of the positions here. But whatever the case may be, Axis are pushing more left, and they are grabbing this position, which I'm actually surprised about, but good job. Now, Priest fires point blank and pushes some of the units back. We have some fire coming on these Grenadiers, which again, Vet 3, got to give a handout to them. And another Pack 43 set up over here, so if any armor does come up, which it looks like they are charging, Firefly, realizing that's probably not the best idea, does live. Hold on. IS-2 barely outside by about like 20 feet. Stug still firing, 16 kills. 80 infantry. A recon overhead, but a half-track is trying to shoot it down. We can see here that, again, at least the Germans will get some sight. Plane almost crashes into the Priest. Tiger Tank being effectively pushed back by a good marked target. Although a T-grenade from the conscript does wear it down, though it does live, actually. Surprised by that. Allies retake the territory, only losing about 7 VPs. Hello. Again, thank you to everyone joining in chat. Hope all is well. Panzer Grenadier Squad in half-track. Guys, where have we seen this before? Actually, I just realized this guy has multiple half-tracks across the field, so why not? Grenadiers actually might take the point. Hold on. Tiger Tank trying to get some heals. Allied recon overhead. Or at least, I think, won't it provide allies with some recon? Fluff Puff, thank you very much for the follow, by the way. Hold on, let me verify. Yeah, it does provide some recon, yeah. Stug immediately croaks. He's like, I'll fight the ISU-152. Oh, sorry, Fluff Puff, thank you for the sub. My apologies, not the follow, the sub. Yeah, I changed the alerts because I wanted to get off stream labs, and I did successfully do that. So, but again, until I am able to customize, that's what I got. S-285 goes on in, does successfully kill the Tiger Tank. Panzer IV Vet 3 also dies. Panther trying to kill something, but this Comet's just up on his ass. Drops smoke, gets the kill on the S-285, but it won't be worth it. This Comet kills him in the meantime. Body Blunt does it happen. They go through each other. Both Panther and Comet now duking it out. Panther could have a block or a bounce thanks to the front armor, but Piot's coming on in, which will spell doom. Great bounce. Panther could get away. Piots are firing. One last shot does kill the Panther, and that is a successful counterattack by Mahal, who manages to decapitate Abak's armor. Panther, Panzer IV, and Tiger all eliminated in the forest in close proximity. He tried to push on up and kill this cache, but again, a good flank from the left and pushing from all sides killed him. But again, this is where, again, having armor in the back to kind of cover everything with infantry support really would have helped. Because I'm not seeing any infantry, or MGs or nothing to really help out. Like Panzer Grenadier, Trex, a pack gun, something to help out really would have assisted, but he had nothing to help his armor. Speaking of which, Tiger Tank completely undefended over here as armor is rushing over to try to deal with this threat. Stug is firing over, which I'll give credit. That's not a bad strategy. ISU-152 firing long range, try to clean up the infantry. Let's see. Ooh, there, I was like, is this MG gonna die? Yes, it does. The Hero S285, 100%. Got that last shot on the Tiger and successfully neutralized the unit. Sherman Tank going on in. Not armor piercing, though. Sherman Tank, you forgot to switch to armor piercing. Realized that, he's like, I messed up here. I need to back up. I have made a critical error. Same thing with this Panzer Grenadier. Let me charge an ISU-152 and an IS-2. That's a great idea. IS-2, by the way, misses the shot, but does have 22 kills. 3 armor vehicles have been destroyed by it. So, again, very good IS-2. Pack gun's still operational, so could hit this armor. Pack gun over here is also operational. Could hit any armor that charges. I think a pack gun in this proximity would have been better to help guard this territory, but I get why you wanted to put it back here, because the building blocks sight. And it does at least provide some defense. Sherman Tank, again, looks like it was hit, is decrewed, so allies could lose it to the Axis, and the Axis could pick that up. Axis forces, although this guy has tons of population, and probably set up for another Tiger, if I have to assume. Axis are probably averaging, like, I would say bare minimum low 60s, probably upper 50s would be a better estimate. Sherman Tank does go down. Wait. Commandos go through a minefield. Remember what I said about early warning? Really helps when you actually take that advice. Placing a oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. Is he really gonna place this demo? Oh, doesn't kill it though. Although I know it's gonna kill this. Oh, never mind. It's just a wait, yeah, it's just fire. It won't kill the unit, as in like kill the artillery piece itself. It'll kill the men in it. So at least you'll have to reset its veterancy. And maybe hurt a little bit of the device, but again, mostly it'll be fine. Cash still alive here, which is actually surprising, but British forces coming on in to deal with said Tiger threat. Hoping to just deal a death blow to it. Again, unit is pulling on back. Werfer comes on in. Good shots on the infantry. Forces it back. Tiger, again, I'll say he's playing smart, but he did just shoot his cache. And then the Comet killed it. So that's 250 manpower down the drain. It is interesting that this area is completely uncontested. Again, I think a Pack 43 right here could have really helped this sector out. Werfer, though, using the brush to his advantage to fire. Hopefully not get by the armor. Unfortunately, not really much there. MG gets hit a little, but again, relatively fine, all things considered. Tiger Tank opening fire. Again, this one, the Vet 2 at the very least. Stug opening fire with infantry. Looks like we have time on target. Oh, no, it's a Sturmovik Strafe. Does kill some of the infantry. Look at that strafe. It's so good. The Soviet strafe is such a good strafe compared to the American one. Panther coming on in, but ISU-152 is like, really, buddy? Really? Artillery as well heading this position, maybe trying to kill the Pack 43. We have more strikes coming in over here. I think that's fire. Yep. Very Beg is just like launching fire attacks to really try to keep the Axis away. Allies slowly bringing down the gap to be closer, but I will say this. First up, it's still at least a 170-point lead. So if the Axis play this smart, they can still have enough time to counterattack. But I will say, good push. There's not really much there to block British forces from pushing on in. So an assault officer's like, I'm just going to see if I can take it. And he does. He'll take the territory and probably run away. So that will help the Allies for a little bit. British forces push on in. There is more minefields, which could be bad for the British infantry. But again, we're adopting Soviet tactics. Clear with your bodies. Actually, it looks like it was already... Oh, never mind. I love being wrong. I love saying things that immediately proven wrong. That's what I'm learning today. Grenadier barely alive. Probably should get the hell out of Dodge. Panther on standby with another Panther as well, fighting over in City. Stu trying to do its best. But again, a lot, Soviet and American forces have done a really good job at holding this position. I do like how the Axis have really tried to focus here because they thought it was a weak link. But the Allies have really doubled down to make sure they can hold. Also, I'm realizing a lot of half-tracks are on the field. This one had, I mean, they're not all AA based. You can see here he doesn't have the resources for it. But it is interesting how he has it on the front, kind of reinforcing for his teammates. So, hey, not too shabby. Soviet trying to help out his team. Warford comes on in, hits the armor. Or at least does a little bit of damage. Mid is decapped by the Axis, but they're unable to grab it. Great shot, by the way, by the Comet, which has 3 kills. Top notch. Vet 2, 3 kills. IS-2 was like, I got 26. This isn't fair. Anyway. It looks like the German in the force has regrouped. He has pack defenses, so he doesn't have enough firepower to hold back this armor. I will say that 100%. How's the LFHs doing? Are they still alive? Yes, they are still alive. And the pack gun got recrewed by Wapao, I think. I think it got recrewed. Maybe. And then he repaired it. So, interesting. Big allied assault does kill his Stug, and again, both Stugs are down actually. Panther charging along the left. Alright, he's like, deja vu. I shall go for the Katusha, or the Priest. But again, that's a lot of tank destroyer stuff over here. Oh, Jackson's weak actually. Panther could go for the kill. Come on. Oh, his gun's facing the wrong way. Oh, he turned it. Can he fire? And he's AT grenaded. S-25 coming on in clutch. Another charge coming on in. Panther push. A lot of good, very decently rated S-25s. Great pre-shot, by the way. Love that. Point blank on the Panther really helped. ISU and 5-2 and holds back the Panzer Grenadier squad. This Panther charge was, I'm just going to be honest, I think this was half-assed because there's not really much support. Now it's coming in. Does kill the MG, so I'll give credit there. But, like, I was hoping to have more, I don't know, something like a frag bomb or just more support in general. But Panther's barely alive. Luckily, it will live. Yeah, only if he attacked ground, he probably could have killed it. I do like how the Jackson pulled back and the double S-25s came in to support their team. IS-2, though, taking a lot of hits. Might die here. No, it will survive. Tiger Tank and Vet 2, 26 kills. Pretty solid stuff. AT Grenade is probably going to... Oh, no, he won't. He recruited it. Can we kill the infantry? Nope, he's still alive. Tiger Tank pulling on back. Wait, is that... No, it's a Panzerschreck on that Rifleman squad. Panzer Grenadiers might take the territory, but nope. Bunch of conscripts come on in and say, no way, Jose, and force the Panzer Grenadier back with sheer amounts of firepower from all the infantry. Damn it, I just had a video that said, is IS-2 good? So I can't compliment the IS-2 guys, even though it has 31 kills and 4 vehicle losses. Big British assault over here against the Tiger. Pack gun, one is out of range, the other one is firing, but again, smoke is going to stop that unless you direct fires. Firefly and everyone does fire through the smoke. Ground fire does successfully kill the Tiger. Pack gun could try to kill that, but misses. Again, this is where, like, you have the stuff, but it's not properly positioned, or you just overextended. I mean, double Firefly with rockets is annoying to deal with anyway, so that's probably just a good attack by the Brits rather than a total miscalculation by Abba, who does still have enough resources to get more armor up really soon. Thank you, Cat. Let's go. Come on. Don't be on my keyboard. Recon's overhead. But again, Axis does manage to take control of mid. Allies, though, wear down another 60 points for the Axis. So, Allies right now averaging, again, I would say 80. So, Allies are only gaining. Axis lost another MG. That puts them in the, I would say mid-upper 60s. So, they're about averaging. LEFHs are doing work. 10 kills, 23 kills, respectively. Really hurting a lot of frontline positions. So, again, hurting the armor, hurting repairs, doing what they can to really try to hold back the enemy infantry. So, again, pretty solid stuff. I can't be mad at the LEFHs, because even though they died, they're still doing work and trying to hold back the enemy. So, Warfare as well gets a great shot, killing an infantry unit. Not the most expensive infantry, but hey, every little bit helps. Like, if you like, oh, Greyshot, it's only one engineer. It's like, it adds up. It really does. Death through 1,000 cuts. Oh, yeah. Again, artillery field officer moving on in. He can, again, I would use the coordinate fire, so you have the LFHs fire again. On the oh, did he do that? I don't know if that was him. We'll see here in a second. Oh, it was them. I'm pretty sure, because he's firing, but it's not showing this, so I think he did use the artillery. So good job. He's constantly having artillery hit the front, pushes back a lot of the allied armor and infantry. On the left, Allies still holding this territory. Again, there's a lot of Allied forces here. I doubt the Axis are going to be able to push, but I will give them the fact that with less forces, they're holding back the Allies, right? Because there isn't as much Axis forces as there are. Look at the entire Soviet force, the Americans, this Tiger tank that's going to die. Like, oh god, AT grenade. This thing is so screwed. S-25, take the shot. It's Vet 3. Once again, don't send in unsupported armor. It's just a simple rule. Don't send armor in that's unsupported. Like, what was there to support this Tiger push against all this? You have the LAFHs firing now, but that's a bit late. That was a very good Tiger tank. Anyway, territory over here was decapped by the Allies, but Pioneers pulling a minefield down. Not too shabby. At least it will stop some push. Although I think maybe a little more out here, because most likely if you're going to walk in, and if you want to stop them entirely, that might be a good idea. Panthers might try their luck again, but there's, again, double Fireflies, double Piats. There's enough AT there that these Panthers will not win. I'm pretty certain. I could very well be wrong with that, but we'll see. I do like how he's at least trying. Like, the Panthers are trying to think of an avenue in, and I will say that is pretty good of him to be like, all right, this isn't working. We are slowly losing this, right? Because the Allies have worn down the Axis by 200 points. The Axis only worn down the Allies by 40. If you keep doing that scale, Allies will win, right? So they need something. They need something to turn the tide. What can it be? A Panther dive. Unfortunately, I think the Brits have... Hold on. Do they have any mines? No. Hold on. Plane crash almost hits the Panther. That's funny. This one's almost dead. I'll give credit there. Back line is... I mean, these guys are here, so any armor thrust is not really going to work. You really need infantry, like Panzer Grenadiers or something like that to really push up. Because, again, you have Fireflies and one Comet. As long as this Comet's, you know, under fire like it is now, infantry is pretty much free to go. There's no other real, like, force in close proximity that can help. Pack guns trying to help, but they need recon of some sort. Mattress opening fire, but again, good job. He pulled back the pack guns. Like, he's not just trying to sacrifice them willy-nilly. He's honestly trying to keep them alive and fighting. Also, very surprised this is the first time we've seen a mattress this game. Katyushas, by the way, they have a decent helping of kills, about 33. Johnny losing a... Hold on, did he just lose both engineers? He did. All of his engineers just died to artillery right there. Damn, that's something he would do. I mean, we literally saw him do that with the Stormvik strafe. But nope. Artillery also hitting the S-25. Just chilling there. He's like, I'll take it. Axe is really trying to double down in mid. Oswin coming in. Nice idea to kill the infantry. Werfer comes on in. Again, another squad that could die right here. Just chilling. Katyusha comes in the Ostwind. Acceptable casualties. You will die for the motherland. But so, wouldn't it be more reasonable to shut up? Anyway, Werfer firing once again. 30 kills with this one. Again, good shots. Panther's trying to figure out what to do. Werfer does push back the infantry, though the PL launchers is still alive, so Armor could have a real rough time. Werfer going on the retreating infantry. Does miss the rifleman. Mortar's taking some casualties. Not all that much. Not all that much in the grand scheme of things. Brumbar gets pushed back. Panthers are heading back left. So again, he's trying to figure out a way to help. Again, my best guess, if you want my honest opinion, would be have a Panzergrenadier or two. Just walk on up and just start fighting. Commandos, while on the field, have been more pressured on the left or here. We did see a couple pushes this way, but I think you honestly should be fine with maybe one armored unit. Have an armored unit behind it and just have infantry support. With pack gun, I think you would be fine. Axis unit gets annihilated by the ISU in 5-2. 36 kills. Once again, here it is a one allied unit, but that's still, relatively speaking, A-okay. Ostwind opening fire against the engineers, trying to grab that territory. Commandos actually providing sight. That's not a bad idea. Samaho's using the unit rather offensively. He's using it defensively. Although that Firefly is definitely going offensive by blowing up the Firefly with rockets. Pioneer holding on, or trying to hold on to the territory, but again, I don't think he'll live based on the health. ISU in 5-2. No, he direct fired. Panther pushing on in, double pack gun. Gets a shot on the Firefly, but not as much damage as he probably would have liked. Fire coming down, I assume. Yep. Pack gun's repositioning. This one, again, I like how he's outside the fire range, the cover. Still, so good job there. Panther's still over there. Massive amount of Katyusha rockets coming on in. Kills both of them. Great shots. Tiger tank, buddy, you don't need to retreat. The Fireflies are elsewhere. But there's look at all the fucking rockets in this area. Holy shit. They're like, okay, this man keeps pushing. Fire everything. Everything fire upon this man. And there goes all of his AT. Every single AT gun just died. I mean, you can still recruit it, but it all died. Don't blob AT guns. What's funny is the fact he has the Werfer back here. I would honestly move the Werfer here and fire point blank on him. But, hey, that's just me. He also had recon and completely missed that. Oh, he killed the Comet. Come on, one last shot. No, Comet escapes. No, we barely, never mind. He's not going to engage it. Brumbar moved up behind the building. Assault officer using its artillery ability to hopefully hit these positions. Not too shabby. Mortar moved on up so the allies don't lose the territory. Again, artillery field officer, if you have the right units, is one of those powerful units in the game. Easily one of the most powerful units by its special ability, for all artillery to get to fire everything they have in one area for free. But I mean, like free for them, not free for the unit. It's a little munitions, but still. Brumbar pulling on back. Conscript driven back. Pioneer, bad case of explosions by the IS-2 with 42 kills. Brumbar decides to sacrifice its life. Sniper over here providing recon, but again, it's being shot up by the armor now. It's revealed. IS-2 trying to go for the kill, but it's being body blocked by the building. Allied forces being driven back by Werfer fire. Sniper put down by the IS-2. Again, mid. I'm actually surprised that they're holding mid this well. Again, if I do assume, and again, this is me being me. If he keeps, and again, this is something, again, for those who don't know. The Firefly's right here, right? And the Comet, Pack 43 right here. Fire through it, blow them up. Like, you have stuff that you can use to blow it up. I would highly recommend build a Pack 43. It's not like he's constantly throwing units down there. Do the armor push. The British gonna be like, oh, I got this, right? I can easily win this. Pack 43 fires, easily wears down the Firefly and stuff like that. He's like, the fuck? And before he can fully retreat, your armor's already engaging. You could probably kill a couple of his units. Now, to be fair, that would probably get swift retribution by the Katyushas. But again, having that just surprise attack and doing that damage against the allies will have that long-standing effect, so it would be worth the cost of losing that unit. And it would probably give you the territorial access to really take this area. But because they can't control this, they can't control this. So, Matcher's coming on in, pushing back the MG. Again, at the very least, Abba's retaking this territory. That's fine. He's getting more armor. Panther on the front. Werfer firing. Again, this guy has barely any infantry. He has all this armor right here, which is kind of surprising in my book. The Pack 43 died over here. We have another LEFH being made with the one in the back. Again, repair stations going down. That's probably what's really helping the Axis is all the repair stations. More artillery hitting the IS-2 at 45 kills. How's that Priest doing, by the way? 33 kills. Pretty solid. And also, again, the Allies have been really, really focusing on having a ton of Werfers, a ton of LEFHs. Allies, what, 1 Priest and 2 Katyushas? That's not a lot of artillery, all things considered. I mean, you can say, well, Greyshot, that's still 3 rocket artillery or, you know, heavy artillery units. It's like, okay, I get your point, but how much has this guy deployed? He has 1 Werfer. Zeltrich, let's see. Shoot. And he has, oh, this guy has 2 Werfers alone. One with 39 kills, and then an LEFH, and another one, another LEFH. And then that's not counting all the Werfers that have died this game. Again, good hit. Suppress the infantry. Pioneer squad's probably gonna bite it. Oh, Priest was killed by the Werfer. I apologize. I'll look at the damage afterwards. Panthers moving in, get some good shots against the Su-85. Pull back without a scratch. Or maybe a little bit of a scratch, but honestly not too much. Stu pushing back the conscript. Can we kill it? Very close to. Johnny, though, at pop cap with, or near pop cap with Mahal at pop cap. Axis are now, sorry, Allies are now in the 90s. Axis are still, like, I would say at best in the upper 60s, possibly low 70s if they don't lose his Panther. Which luckily they don't. But again, now we're seeing the shift of Allies starting to win in terms of overall VPs. So again, it's one of those situations where it's like, okay, you had a good strategy, you're doing okay. What else you got? What else are you gonna do? There's a cache over here, but this demo is gonna be like sayonara. It is helping out the Germans. They have 62 munitions. Well, this is gonna move it down to about 52, but whatever. At least they got something. I love the other Tiger tanks going over as retribution. Katyusha's in the back. If the Axis could get recon, they could kill it. We do have a Panther charge. Abba is launching the assault. Do we have mines? Oh, that separating them would actually be a smart idea. One goes this way, one goes this way. That way you can cover more ground. That's a lot of micro, but it could be very good. But he's going to chill. He's just waiting. Now, unfortunately, I don't know if he understands this, but having the Tiger here is probably going to withdraw a lot of Axis forces or allied Fireflies over to deal with it if it actually is a serious issue. Frag bomb doesn't really anything because again, it's in the base. You can't really hit these targets with a frag bomb. Axis are desperately trying to take mid, but again, this guy just doesn't have frontline infantry. He has the Askren coming on up. That's the only thing he has. Werfer comes on in, misses. Tiger gets pushed back. Panther's still sitting around doing nothing. Like, the Katyushas are here. If you want to go for it, go for it. Don't sit around. Do recon. Do something. Anything. Alright, looks like he's gearing up for a push this way. Maybe the Tiger was to draw the PL launchers away, but right now they could easily come in. I feel like it's like he just sits there and doing nothing. And now they pull back. They had a perfect opportunity. I mean, like, I get it. I 100% get it. Yeah, it's like, maybe you don't want to sacrifice the unit. Panther dies on left. A lot of, again, they're all committing here. There's not, the Pack 43 is gone. So they're just being obliterated. Sector artillery is in position. So, again, it's hitting any allies that push into the Axis territory. But, again, no Axis there's no units there. Also, Zelrich is Ostruping less. Thank you, chat, for covering that. Really no Ostruping to speak of. Panthers decide to charge headlong into the Fireflies. They do kill one. I'll give credit there. And the mattresses do get neutralized. But again, Tiger Tank is now just engaging. And the allies already have more armor in the position. So you lost a Panther for a Firefly. Fun fact, that's not a good trade. Okay, maybe not. The Axis are technically have more resources than the allies. But the allies haven't been losing all that much. We gonna lose the Panther? No, he actually lives. Maybe we kill it with the artillery? That would be a good... That would be awesome if the artillery kills this stuff. But it looks like he's smart enough. He waited for the shot. Now he's moving away. So again, Mahal at least being smart, being like, okay, go. The artillery's not coming in. I feel like these replays have a lot lower quality players. No, I mean, no. I mean, like, guys, let me be very clear. The Axis have 2/3 of the map if you look at this, right? So technically, they are winning by resources and stuff like that. They have more fuel. They can sacrifice more stuff, right? And overall, population-wise, they're still in the upper 60s. My point is, if they have opportunities to go for the final blow, but they're not doing it. Pack 43 here, I think, is a great move. If they had infantry support. If they had infantry to push on in, this would be a fucking great move. But now the armor's gone. Jacksons are possibly about to push on in. If they had something to commit, all the armor here would be dead, and the allies would be literally like, oh, we're fucked. Now, if this thing does fire, they could probably get out of there in the nick of time. We'll see. Maybe not. Pathfinding's a bitch, and Very Big is blocking him. Come on, take the shot. One Jackson down. Again, clearing the armor very quickly. Now they can probably push on up. You just need the Brumbar to deal with that. That's what I mean by the power of the Pack 43. A force flank could have won the game. I agree. Allies do have a lot of resources, but like Sherman Tank has still been taking, like, that's the thing. The Allies have still been taking losses by the Warfers and all the armor and such. It's just, oh, Major coming in for artillery strike. Brumbar tries to stop. Looking the wrong way, man. You're looking the wrong way. And yeah, we have Major Artillery. Though Major Artillery might not kill it. We'll see. Katusha will. Katusha 100% will. Armor push coming on in. Mattresses under fire. A lot of armor under repairs. Looks like artillery is taking this position here. Which, again, great. Wait, no. Is it in the back? Oh, wait. Big armor push. Panzer IV is charging against the IS-2. And you have this battle going on. IS-2 just blasting Panzers like no one's business. ISU-152 being flanked by the Panther and Tiger, respectively. They're trying to kill it. Panzer IV charging in with the Tiger tank close behind. IS-2 low. ISU-152 dead. Tiger tank dead. Firefly still alive. Comet tank coming on in. Really push back the Panther. Is that like Gaming Bomb? No, it's just a grenade. Tiger tank barely alive. Oswin killing the infantry. Panther gets out. Great long range shot. Oswin now taking the brunt of the action against the Firefly. Firefly kill it? Nope, misses the direct shot. Left side push. Panther charging against a lone Su-85. Perfect. If he can use Blitz, get around. Zelrich should be able to knock out this Su-85. Jackson's, though, coming on in. Pack 43 is gone, though. Jackson can easily move on in and take out that unit. The last big Axis push really drains their armor a lot. Like, Poncho has no armor. Well, one armored unit, but really no army left. Brumbard goes down. If that was support, oh my god. Breschland, can we get a Panther? If that was supported by a Pack 43 over here firing, or in the Pack 43 just set up with that big armor push with everything advancing, Axis could have won that. Axis absolutely could have won that fight. The Axis were so close to killing this and winning the game for so long. They just need that decisive battle, right? They just need that decisive battle, but just unable to get it. So, I'm gonna fast forward because it's pretty much GG at this point. Yeah, it's not having the it's not having the desired effect you want because you just can't get the enemy in that position. Armor's pushing on up. Well, they did kill the IS-2 The IS-2 remains. I find it hilarious. This thing has 54 kills. Is he gonna die here? Does the Tiger actually get the kill on the... Oh, nope. No kill. He's gonna pull out. Miscoordination. Yeah, I agree. They didn't have the final strike capabilities. You just need that one last strike. I'm so sorry. Tadhouse is gonna kill me. I'm late. Look at this. 164 kills with the LEFH. This is amazing in damage. They kill. I mean, they did lose a lot, but still, that's a lot of damage. Again, top damage for the Axis. For the Allies is 91,000 damage. 260 kills for Johnny. Again, that's a mixture probably between his Katyushas and his IS-2 on the Axis side, we had 63,000 damage by Wapa. I'm guessing that's from his LFHs. 371 kills. Like, they were killing allies left and right. And they got a positive... Most of them got a positive KD. Like, that's the thing. They weren't... Like, some people say they were, like, lower quality. This disagrees. The allies were taking severe hits left and right. But the Axis just couldn't land that final blow. They just couldn't deliver the final punch. MVP-wise, double-checking. Poncho, Tiger, 47 kills, decent damage. Pack Gun, Zovich, 21,000. The Pack Guns were doing good. He just needed to, I think, better place them in order to do more. Abba, Panthers did okay. Sherman Tank, Jackson's, 22,000 damage. Priest, 44 kills. I think someone said they lost one. No, Priest never died. The Priest never died. I just want to confirm. Priest never died. Thank you for the follow, Tadhouse. I do... Oh, sorry for the sub. Get into the server. Will do. I apologize. I'm doing that right now. Very Beg, 32,000 damage with the S-285. Never lost one. Johnny, 33,000 damage with the Fireflies. Excellent job there. And... sorry. No, sorry. Not to Johnny. To Mahao with that. Johnny was the S-285. Sorry. With 82 kills with the Katyushas and 20,000. Excellent job all around. The Priest killed the... Oh, the Priest killed the Werfer. I thought you said the Werfer killed the Priest. Because I've seen that happen occasionally when the Rockets do match up, and it is perfect, but solid game. Thank you to Rifle for submitting this replay. It was a very good replay. I really enjoyed it. But here, I am late. Tadhouse will murder me. So here, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe or follow wherever you're watching this, and I'll see you guys next time. Hello everyone. Before y'all go, you can check out more content above, you can subscribe, and you can hear as I talk about some amazing people who support me on Patreon, which include Folkvard, Aphyria, Joey G240, Milam, Ace, ShinobiWarrior, Pyroshark, ShinobiToolx, Epic Pleb. Thank you all for your incredible support. You literally help this channel keep on growing, so thank you. If you want to support the channel, again, check out some of the stuff I mentioned. Otherwise, I'll see all of you next time.